The Masked Pursuit. Return to hometown. Aditya and Avi, a loving couple from Mumbai, made a life for themselves and their two teenage children, Priya and Karthi, in the bustling city. Both in their mid-30s, Aditya, a successful businessman, and Avi, a well-established architect, were living their dream life with their children by their side. After years of thriving in Mumbai, they decided to move back to Hyderabad, their hometown, to reconnect with their roots. For a few months, everything seemed perfect. Aditya and Avi rekindled old friendships, and Priya and Karthi quickly adapted to their new surroundings. However, one fateful morning, everything changed. Chapter 2. The Disappearance. It started with a simple, everyday morning. Aditya and Avi were getting ready for work when they received a call that shattered their world. Priya, their 17-year-old daughter, had gone missing. Frantic, the couple raced to the police station, only to find that they were not the only ones grieving the loss of a child. Teenagers had been disappearing all over Hyderabad for the past year, their bodies later found physically abused and murdered. The police, overwhelmed and underprepared, assured Aditya and Avi that they were doing everything they could. But their lack of action only made the couple more desperate. Aditya and Avi began their own search, questioning neighbors and going door to door, but it was as if the city had swallowed their daughter whole. Days turned into weeks, and hope began to fade. Chapter 3. The Fight for Answers. Frustration set in as the police seemed no closer to finding Priya. Desperation led Aditya and Avi to take matters into their own hands. They rallied a group of concerned neighbors and began applying public pressure on the authorities. They demanded answers, and finally, the police relented. They assigned a brilliant officer, Raj, to investigate the case. Raj was known for his sharp mind and relentless dedication to solving cases. But as soon as Raj took over, things took an unexpected turn. Karthi, their 15-year-old son, suddenly vanished. The couple was once again plunged into chaos, but this time, the situation seemed even more dire. Chapter 4. The Threatening Letter. Raj, Aditya, and Avi received an ominous letter, threatening that if Raj did not leave the case and return to Mumbai, their son Karthi would face the same fate as Priya. The letter detailed their children's names, their likenesses, and warned of gruesome consequences. Fear gripped Aditya and Avi. With the terrifying realization that their family was being targeted by something larger and darker, they begged Raj to step down from the case. They couldn't risk losing Karthi too. After a tense and emotional exchange, Raj agreed to leave the investigation. In a moment of sacrifice, he abandoned his pursuit of justice, breaking his own moral code. Chapter 5. Raj's Fall from Grace. Raj returned to Mumbai, a broken man. The guilt of failing to save the children ate at him, and soon, he descended into a downward spiral. He turned to alcohol to numb the pain of his failure. Every day, Raj wandered the streets of Mumbai, haunted by the loss of Karthi and Priya, questioning if he could have done something differently. But one night, while stumbling home, Raj saw something that stopped him in his tracks. There, begging on the streets, was Karthi, his hands cruelly severed, but his eyes filled with recognition. Chapter 6. The Truth Unraveled. Shocked and overwhelmed, Raj managed to fight off a group of thugs who tried to stop him from approaching Karthi. After taking him to his home and nursing him back to health, Raj sat down with Karthi, determined to uncover the truth. Karthi revealed something no one had expected. When he was kidnapped, he had been dropped off in an unknown location. What shocked Raj the most was that Karthi claimed to have been dropped off by his own father, Aditya. Raj was confused and unsure of what to believe. He began digging deeper into Aditya and Avi's background. What he uncovered was both shocking and horrifying. Chapter 7. Unmasking the Past. As Raj dug deeper into the pasts of Aditya and Avi, he uncovered a series of disturbing truths. They weren't the perfect couple they appeared to be. Both had been involved in violent, criminal activities in their youth. There were reports of them abusing and even killing their friends during their teenage years, and worse, their relationship was anything but conventional. They had never been married but shared an unnatural obsession with their own genders. Even more chilling was the discovery that Priya and Karthi were adopted. This wasn't their first time taking in teenage children. They had a pattern of adopting teens and using them for their twisted desires. Chapter 8. The Dark Revelation. Raj's investigation finally led him to the conclusion that Aditya and Avi were the true culprits behind the string of teenage disappearances and deaths in Hyderabad. They were the ones who had killed Priya, and Karthi's abduction was just part of their horrific plan. Raj traveled to Hyderabad, bringing with him the evidence that would expose their crimes. The couple was arrested, tried, and sentenced to death for their brutal actions. Chapter 9. The Unexpected Twist. While Raj thought justice had finally been served, a shocking discovery awaited him. While accompanying Karthi to a hospital in Mumbai to have his hands replaced with artificial ones, Raj stumbled upon something that made his blood run cold. In the records of teenage deaths similar to Priya's, there were 8 more cases that mirrored their tragic story. Perplexed, Raj tried to make sense of how this could be possible. After all, Aditya and Avi were behind bars. But as his vision blurred and he collapsed in the hospital hallway, he saw a masked figure watching him from a distance, smiling wickedly. Chapter 10. A New Enemy. Raj's world began to unravel as he realized that the nightmare wasn't over. There were more couples like Aditya and Avi in the world, all part of a larger, more sinister network. Someone was orchestrating the deaths and kidnappings of teenagers, and it wasn't Aditya or Avi. Someone else was in control. Raj now faced a new mission: to uncover the true leader behind these crimes and stop the madness before it claimed more innocent lives. This would be the beginning of a new chapter in Raj's life, one that would test his resilience, his resolve, and his very understanding of justice.